Hey, what's up everybody out there? Today I have a video showcasing some of my video game related toys that I have. They're all sealed toys. I don't have a whole lot, but I do have my Resident Evil figures, which I'll show you, and then I have, I'm going to show you what I have for my Legend of Zelda figures that I found in my tote here. So I'd like to hang some of this stuff up. Some of this stuff I'd like to go and actually have graded, and I'll tell you about that once I get to it. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, so this first stack is from the very first Resident Evil game of figures I picked up. And I have Chris Redfield here with the zombie dog. And here is my Jill Valentine. Now she comes with one of the spiders. These are pretty cool toys. Toy Biz, if you guys aren't familiar with them, they also did, years and years ago, they did one of the first lines of X-Men toys. Here's my Zombie and Forrest Spire. Forrest you actually find when you're playing the game. He's up on a balcony, and if I'm right, he has some grenade rounds you can get off of him. If you're careful and you just pick up the grenade rounds and don't talk to him or do anything, he'll stay there. If not, you gotta fight him. And the Hunter. And the Hunter is probably my favorite character from the game. It's not just the Hunter, it's also the Chimera. Chimera you only encounter one spot in the game. They're nasty little bastards. But Hunters are nasty too. You can be damn near full life. They come at you, swing at your neck, done. And the last one out of the original Resident Evil line is Tyrant. I have one of these open somewhere. Back then I bought two of some of these just so I could have some opening ones. So I could have some to open and check out. But this one here actually has a blood pump, so you pump it in the back and the blood goes up through the heart. So Tyrant was a very cool character in the game, and he's still one of my favorite Resident Evil bad guys. Alright, next is Resident Evil 2. We got Claire with Police Zombie. Yeah, so this one's pretty cool. And this is a small, this is like only 3 figures. And we got Leon, not looking very very heroic there. He looks like a child. He looks like a little teenager. Oh, help me! The zombie's coming after me! And he's British too, apparently. But and there's a Licker right there. Licker's a pretty cool character. Yeah, they're pains in the asses. The first time I ever played the game, they were a pain in the ass. All right, last one from that line, and this is William. This is pretty much the G-Virus abomination you got to fight at the end of the game. Pretty cool. This is heavy. I'm surprised, you know, the glue is stuck after all these years. Let me get a year off this for you. 1998, so it's, you know, it's 2018, so this figure's already 20 years old. It's hard to believe PS1 was out that long ago. Alright, here's the last part of this. These are all also Resident Evil 2 figures, but they're the platinum ones. I think what happened was they didn't make enough, because there's only 3 here, and they wanted to make more. So here we go. I'll show you what I have here. This is Hunk. This used to be a hard figure to find. Back then, this was the hardest one to find. I'm pretty sure these aren't too terribly hard to find, especially with eBay and stuff. Yeah, but this is Hunk, which is a playable character after you've beaten the game X amount of times, or within a certain amount of time. I can't remember exactly. And then a zombie. And here's an important character they forgot with the first set of Resident Evil 2 toys, and that's Ada Wong. With one of those plant zombies. So that was cool. They brought her out. Alright, here's another formation of William Birkin and Sherry, which is another character from the game that you run into. So that's a pretty heavy one too. Last but not least, this is probably my favorite character. Like I said before, I'm really into tyrants. So here is Mr. X. And what's cool about this is you can actually transform him, take the jacket off, and you can make him into a tyrant. Now this was a special boss. You had to beat the game one time, continue off of that save, start it over again, and then Mr. X shows up. And then he just kind of follows you throughout the game, kind of like Nemesis on Part 3, which I have a feeling the Nemesis character was kind of derived from their Mr. X character, because he just kind of follows you around, and you have a chance to kill him and knock him down, and he drops something, you know, like grenade launcher stuff, and then you can just go, and then at the end of the game there's an alternate fight, so you actually have 2 boss fights at the end of the game with him. Alright, I'm going to move on to my Zelda figures. Now some of these, at least one of them are, one or two or three of them are fairly newer figures, and the rest are pretty much some of the older figures that came out. Alright, the first one here is a Dark Link. This was a Spencer's exclusive. So that was pretty cool. Alright, and here's the first Zelda figures I ever picked up, and they're a little dusty. Got Link. And this was about the time that, I want to say, Ocarina of Time came out. They actually, like over at Target and stuff, I remember them having a deal. If you pre-ordered it, you got a 3-pack. And I actually don't have that 3-pack. I tried really hard back then to get one, and I just missed out on it. But it's pretty much by the same company that makes this, which is BD and A. Well, it just says presented by. I'm not sure exactly if that's what it is, but it's official seal of Nintendo and Rare. Alright, and then here is the Ganon that came out. Now these were the only 2 figures released on their own. In the 3-pack, it also came with Princess Zelda. Okay, here's another new one. Got this Figma one. This one's pretty cool because he has all these different poses. You know, the Japanese ones are really nice. It comes with multiple. You see, it comes with another face and stuff. He's posable. You can pose him in almost any different way. It's pretty cool. Be worth opening, actually. All right, and here's Toy Biz's line, the same company that did the Resident Evil figures. Here's Link with Epona. Now these were pretty cool. Pretty much all these, there was only 3 of them, but they all came with a horse, which was kind of cool. So here's Impa and Princess Zelda, little Princess Zelda. So that was cool. And the last one from that line is Ganondorf. Oops. With this horse. So again, most of these are all from Ocarina of Time. Alright, and here is another Ocarina of Time. This is a Nintendo Power Presents. Link and Epona. This one's kind of cool. Got a little opening. See that there? Okay. So it just shows a bunch of music. I don't know. I guess just a whole bunch of, you can play the whole song. That's kind of cool. I never actually tried doing that. One day maybe. Alright, so the figures I was talking about, possibly trying to get them graded, mainly to protect them, to get some kind of like hard case over them, because they're getting older and they're very rare. I didn't know they were rare for the longest time. I just bought them at like 15 bucks a piece or whatever they were back then. But these are my Majora's Mask figures. And this is Goron Link. So yeah, apparently this Epoch brands, they didn't make very many of these. You rarely see them on eBay. The last time I saw them on eBay, Actually, my brother pointed it out. He said, "Hey, you need to check out those Zelda toys you have online," and they were going around $400 or $500 a piece, which is insane. I didn't realize that they were that rare, so now I want to make sure they stay in good shape. Before, I would just hang them up on the wall and everything. I still want to, put them up for display, but I'd rather have them protected, so because dust can harm it eventually when you keep wiping the dust off. It's almost like a fine sandpaper. We got Deku Link. This one's cool because it comes with a bunch of masks. Actually, and it also comes with Majora's Mask, which is cool. And we have Majora's Mask Link, where he's kind of almost the kid Link from Ocarina of Time, but he looks a little bit older. I'm not sure exactly. And it also comes with I don't remember the name of that sword, but that's a sword that you end up getting in the game. I can't remember the name of it. It's been a long time since I played through that game. And the last one is my Zora Link. Yep, Zora Link. This one's not easy to come by. So I do have one more figure for the Majora's Mask set, and they released Link on Epona. It's in a box. It's the same company. I ended up finding that later. My brother actually found it for me at a Bookman's, and I had some trade credit, and I picked it up. That one's worth about $100. You can see it go for anywhere between $100 and like $150 or something like that. But the other ones are more expensive. You never see them on eBay. When you do, they're usually loose. So my plan is to hopefully get those graded. I need to try to find somewhere where I could take them. I really don't want to ship them in the mail. I don't want anything to happen to them. So I don't know where where exactly they do that. I've never gotten anything graded. I would definitely never get any games graded because I like to play them. The toys, obviously, it's okay because I'm not going to open them and play with them. But it might be worth the investment to get them graded. But yeah, so hey, if any of you guys have ever gotten anything graded and you know any trustworthy places, let me know. That would be great because I'd love to get them protected as soon as I can, instead of just so I can display them rather than just having them sit in that tote without nobody to see them. So thank you guys for tuning in. If I find anything else crazy or cool as I'm going through boxes and stuff, I will post them on the channel. So again, thank you for tuning in, and game on. Jill, you're here too? Chris, you're here too?